Hey everyone, welcome to Pop XP. And before the show starts, make sure to click that subscribe button and click the bell to get notifications when we go live and we upload awesome new content. And don't forget, if you can, make sure to share our stream on all your social media outlets. We appreciate it, and thanks for helping us grow the Pop XP channel. What is going on, YouTube? It's Brain of the Mainframe here now, Sky with Pop XP, and joining me tonight for some crowdfunding comics, manly macho night,
What?
friends. A macho night. A man.
This is a macho night?
This is a macho night.
Well, here's some weightlifting for you.
Ooh.
Here is my haul this week in crowdfunding comics, right?
Hot dog.
This is when you know you got an addiction, right? So there's River of Blood. This is the one I'm most excited about. Looks so dope. Back to just a month ago on Kickstarter. Here's Narwhal's book, Earthbound, volumes 1 and 2.
Nice.
This is pretty exceptional. Got to review this one, Niall.
We
Dave
shall.
Stewart's Confederate Monster. Just
Oh, yes.
this incredible art on this one. There's this one from Marcel Dupree, another one of his kind of crazy, sexy sci-fi tales. And the Blue Bombshell from Clint. Clint, he pushed some boundaries here. This is exciting. And then Woodland Creatures. I think you might even have her on the show, Niall. Cool story. Great black and white book. It's fun to be in crowdfunding comics, and I throw that out there because it's like, hey guys, we actually speak with our money. What we do.
Heck
here.
yes.
Exactly.
Look at that.
I know, we all got some stuff in this week that we're excited about. Ooh.
Whoa! Look at that pack. Alien Alamo, Chenu.
And then for all that are wondering, we're tapped into some artist's camera. I just like watching him. He doesn't even know we're there, but it's this guy, Dan. We just sit here and we watch him.
Dan.
Oh, hey, Dan.
Oh, hey, Dan.
Oh, hey, Dan. Welcome to the Macho Show. Ooh.
I was so excited. I got all my Graham Nolan goodies literally in the mail today.
What?
So I got my Alien Alamo Cyberfrog crossover pinup. I've got the Ashcan version.
The ass.
Because I love the progress stuff. Every time Billy puts something out like that, I buy it. So I got all the She stuff. And I did get
When is my omnibus showing up, Billy? I'm
this was
ready.
in the mail the other day.
Oh, thank you.
Weighs a ton. I covered
Sorry.
it with a nice boat art to protect the dust jacket.
Wow.
Oh, cool.
It's sealed and shiny.
Wow.
Dang, that's impressive.
Yeah, you'll get your. I don't know, Dan. Did you? Adam,
That's
I
some
don't
love
know
right
why
there.
it didn't come yet. Did you get a notification?
I might have gotten the notification. I'll have to
Did you
check on
fill
that.
out your CrowdOx survey?
I totally did the whole thing.
Okay, okay.
Did you get the coin, Adam?
No, I mean I got the package. I got the hardcover. I'm really pumped about that.
He's like, I got everything. So quit asking questions.
Yeah,
Where's my
a lot
tracking
of the
number?
stuff that went out initially was just.
I
to say
packed
that
yours,
somebody just
Adam.
ordered one thing.
There's something extra in yours.
Yeah, no, because
Like this goes to Adam.
Oh, it's this
Don't you know it's something sweet? It was my
Nice,
granddaddy's. But man, this is we got some great books tonight. Like seriously,
Yeah, let's
talk about some heavy hitters, some comics that kick ass. They don't
Let's bring
take
them in.
names,
No, they do not.
and we got to bring in the creators behind us. So let's bring in two awesome creators. We got the man, the myth, the legend. I mean, dude, this guy, he's intimidating in his own right, and his books are just unbelievable. So everyone, please welcome back to the show our good friend, Mr. Graham Nolan.
Bam!
Boom.
Whoa, look at that, Graham.
Got you with my brass knuckles.
That's
Yes.
dope. What's that for? What's that?
This is for giant-sized two-fisted manly tails.
Oh, okay. Well,
Are there still a bunch of those left?
Oh yeah, that's the featured perk.
I'm gonna have to get that.
How have I not backed this yet? That has
Yeah.
to stop tonight. I got to
It
get
says
this.
giant-sized two-fisted manly tails, man of the year.
Wow.
That is it. That is it. I love it.
It's
And then to
good.
really get the night going wild and freaky, everyone, please welcome the Vonster.
Yo, what's up?
What is up, everybody? Good to see us.
Welcome back. Welcome back. It was funny. When we were getting the show set up, you know, I'm doing the promo and stuff, and I usually send it out to people, you know, and Von sent something to me, and I was like looking at it, and it was like the last time he was on for a book, and not to like, you know, to hang out or whatever, was like episode like 31 or something, and And I was like, holy shit, bro. This is like, you're coming on like episode 476.
Yeah, I've been busy.
How
I've been
crazy
making
is that?
comics.
He's
Yeah.
been-
Or have we just
He's
been
been
pumping out
busy.
a lot of shitty videos? I don't know.
I'm,
Either
I'm
you're
glad I'm
busy
here to make you
or a lot of
reconsider
shit
your
content.
entire channel.
But no, seriously, both
I
of you
mean,
guys. Go
we
ahead.
did
Go ahead.
nominate Monster MD as the book of the year for 2021. We felt like that was the crowdfunding book.
Is that Morse code?
Yeah.
I think
Still
your
waking up,
shirt
Adam.
is that is the mic on your headphones?
It
Adam,
is. Can you hear me? Are you
We
with
can
me?
hear you.
Yeah,
Be careful, otherwise Morse code comes through.
it was
Oh,
like Poltergeist for a second there. Like,
Yes.
Carol
No, you-
Land?
You guys have some serious books hitting
Mhm.
2022 hard. And I mean, you guys are
Yeah.
coming in, you know, two-fisted, right? Just terrors in the night, just crushing it. And
Yeah.
I want to start getting into some of your guys' campaigns really quick here. But Graham, if you don't mind, I'd like to jump in with yours, man, because you know you've got the two-fisted, bro, giant size, mega manly macho, mind you.
Careful
Tails.
about that word.
Oh, I know. Oh, yes. That is supposedly
Yeah, evidently that's trademarked.
that's
It should be
trademarked.
fine as long
somehow.
as it's not spelled with an X.
That's true. Tell us a bit about this tale. It's you've got amazing creators on this. It's not just yourself. I mean, you got a group of some ragtag, just manly men coming up with some kick-ass stories.
Yeah, you know, it's an anthology book. It's going to be 10 stories, 10 pages each. So that's 100 pages of knuckle busting, lip splitting, teeth spitting action. I've got Chuck Dixon, Mike Baer, and Bo Smith and Tim Rozon, Kevin Grievous, and myself are the writers. And then we're going to have 10 different artists, each one do a different story. Right now we have Butch Geis, Michael Golden,
Mhm.
Roberto Castro, Larry Stroman, Dan Lawless just signed on. He's doing Mike Barron's second story. I'm forgetting somebody. Oh, Andrew Paquette.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Kick
And
ass.
That's
what
cool.
was it- what
Bo
was the
Smith, Tim
inspiration?
Rozon. That's awesome. So they're pairing on the writing.
Yes.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they did the. For those that don't know, you know, Bo Smith, creative Winona Earp, and Tim Rozon played on the series, the sci-fi
Yeah,
series.
and
Right.
He was,
Doc
Holiday.
Doc Holliday.
Yeah.
Wow.
Awesome.
Did they ever?
Absolutely awesome.
Did that show eventually? Did they stop that show?
No, I think it's in its
Is it
final
still
season.
going?
Yeah.
Still rolling?
Nice.
I think I think they're finishing up the fifth season. No, I think
Did
that's it.
Do you guys remember Bo Smith doing his version of Black Terror with Dan Brereton back in the day?
Yeah, Chuck Dixon and Bo wrote that.
Oh yeah, Dixon as well. Like, dang, I read up on that before I did my book, man. Like, they did some killer stuff.
Yeah, Barrington's art was unbelievable in it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Good stuff.
If you haven't
Yeah.
seen Vaughn's yet, you guys are going to be blown away.
Yeah,
I
get
hope,
ready.
I hope they'll take a look at it. That would be awesome.
See this? This will be like Vaughn's book right here, right? This is everyone else. Just
That is the bookmark that we've hit the stretch goal. Everybody's
Awesome.
getting that bookmark.
Wow.
Everybody's getting an official man card too.
Ooh,
now
what?
when somebody says turn in your man card, you're going to have a man card. There it is.
I love that.
Yeah. You sign underneath your name, and it says the undersigned agrees to do the right thing at all times, protect women and children, stand up and be counted, and kick ass when necessary.
Excellent.
Dude, I
Excellent.
love this.
That's going right. I'm going to laminate it and put it in my wallet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need that. Yeah. When people ask for your ID, you just pull that out and say,
Yeah.
this.
Right?
Yeah, you show it. You just say, "Hey, shut the fuck up."
Yeah.
You
When I go
know,
get my
you walk
rental
in.
car
You walk
and-
in anyway.
When I get my
got
rental
this.
car and they want to give me the Prius, I'll slide it over and be like, no, I'll take the Expedition
Yeah.
That's it.
That's not gonna
for
work.
the same price as the
Do I
Prius.
look like a Prius, man?
I'm hoping there's like a beef jerky stretch goal or something to the campaign, dude. Rule.
What I
like
love about this,
a
Chris, I
weightlifting
think-
belt.
I remember you talked about this before when you did the Chenu and then with Alien Alamo, that you didn't want to build serialized stories, right? You wanted to build kind of like a one-off books, right? At Compass Comics. Isn't that right, Graham?
Yes.
And so I'm curious, like with this, the two-fisted manly tales, do you feel like this is like one of these short stories could hit, and then you say, hey, let's do a book in that, or is it just like this is just a special experience? Get these mini stories, or do you feel like something could have evolved?
This starts out. It's not part of the Nolan verse in that it's not connected to those other stories. This is a standalone anthology that I just felt needed to be told. We needed stories like this, and so I wanted to do that in between my projects.
Gotcha.
Now, all the artists and writers own the properties. Compass Comics doesn't own anything other than the printing rights for this book, but they own it. So if they like the character that they created or something, and people seem to like it and they want to do something with it, that's up to them. I'm writing one of the stories, and if I've got some ideas for that character going forward for other stories, I might do another one, another Two-Fisted Manly Tales #2. Next year, maybe do it as an annual every year.
Cool.
And showcase that character in at least one story. So there's nothing set in stone on this.
Got it.
It's fun.
Well, that is
pure fun.
That is cool. That is cool. So then, is the Cyberfrog Alien Alamo crossover image, is that alluding to something, or is that just for fun for that one print?
That was just a fun crossover for the as a stretch goal thing.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, let's check out your campaign video.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Nice.
I think you could ship this in like a cinder block, and you have to break it open with your fists to get.
Hold on a second. I'm checking my testosterone levels.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Through the roof.
I'll bet everybody's balls dropped.
What are you talking about? Yeah.
Awesome.
I think that goes
Cool
back
trailer.
to that picture, Graham, that you posted a while back of you with that big rifle. I feel like when you were shooting that rifle, you came up with the story idea for this. You said, you know what? How can I just put this much action into it?
The idea came to me. It was during the summer. I was still working on Alien Alamo. And I went out back to have a cigar, and I was just sitting in the sunshine and scrolling on my iPad. And, something came across my feed that really pissed me off or triggered me. And I was like, that's it. This is the final straw, And the title came to me immediately. And I said, oh, that's a really cool title. I could do an anthology book. And so the first thing I did was call Chuck and then Bo and then Baron and told them my idea. And they were all like, oh, yeah, we got to do this. We got to do this. So they were all in, And then I called Kevin, and he was in because I loved what he had written for Lynn's Press. His Bass Reeves comic is fantastic. So I wanted him on board too, and he said he was in, and it just started like that. And then I just started recruiting artists, guys that I knew, guys that I wanted to participate in this because I thought their style would really, bring something to the table. So it's been interesting because I'm just, I'm the publisher, art director, editor, and a part of the writing team. So it's completely different for me. I'm not drawing anything in this, at least not yet. I may end up drawing my second story. It's sort of complicated to explain it to an artist the way I see these panels, the storytelling panels. So it might just be easier if I illustrate it myself. But
Nice.
So I'm wearing a lot of hats on this project.
Nice. We got a question for Graham. Will the dude join in on a project marketed to CG.
The dude, you mean Steve Rude?
That's what I'm assuming.
Well, I don't know. I didn't ask him.
I gotta say, I really like your marketing campaign for this with all the
it's
photos.
brilliant.
It's brilliant. I love it.
The world needs a campaign like this.
Yeah, it's so
The
cool.
men of America today need a book like this.
I look forward to it. It's funny. Like usually, like I've got like my morning routine. You know, I talk to Billy in the morning. I usually talk to Blevins, and you know, Blevins and me will be like, "Oh, did you see it?" You know, we wait to see what you post. You know, each day, and it's pretty cool.
You know, the first one actually, Chuck had sent me the one with Bronson. I'm like, oh man, this is cool. We gotta do these. So Chuck keeps doing them. I'm doing them. Blevin started doing them, and some guys on Twitter started doing them as well. I can't remember his name. Something Murphy started doing some, and you know, it's like, oh, these are great. You know, just keep posting them, throw them out there on your walls and stuff. You know, the more that see it, the merrier.
Nice.
I'm just
I
glad
love the
you got
Batman one. You know,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then the one today, on the horseback. What's his name? Rambo.
Oh, that wasn't mine. I forget who did that one. It might have been Blevins who did that. I'm
Did
not
the
sure.
horseback? I know he did the Star Trek one, right? Yeah, he
Yeah,
did.
he did the
Kurt and
Star Trek
Spock
one.
came out awesome. And I think he did one with Muhammad Ali.
Yeah,
Did he post that one? That one came out really good too.
yeah.
His Photoshop
no,
skills
the
are
one I
improving.
posted today was Sergeant Saunders from Combat holding it.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and the platoon or the squad from Combat.
Jasper
Yeah.
Plan 9 says, "Come on, get the dude in on this."
Yeah. So the squad from Combat, not the squad from Washington.
That's true. That is true.
Nice.
Nice.
Well, awesome. So you got 13 days left on this campaign, and then you're going to go in demand. How long do you think it's going to take for this book to get in the hands of your lovely backers?
Fists, you mean the fists?
The fists.
Back in the
yeah.
the fists.
This people will have it no later than August.
Oh, sweet.
Really?
Yeah.
That's great. I gotta ask a question though. Like, when it comes to doing an anthology, do you actually have any advice out there? Because I've seen there's other campaigns actually with like some new creators I've seen, some that I'm gonna have as guests on, you know, our traditional crowdfunding comics show. And they're kind of starting off with doing these collaborative books, right? And they've got like crazy freaking goals they're trying to hit, and I hope they do. But you know, when you're coming together to put something like this together, I mean, is there any tips you can give anyone that is thinking of doing the same thing you're doing with this book?
Don't do it. No, I say that seriously. And the reason why is anthologies are a hard sell. This one is doing well for a bunch of reasons. But I wouldn't suggest it, especially if you're a new creator, because, and here's the main thing, your costs on this are going to be so much higher than on something you do yourself, because you got to pay people to do everything. You know, I've got to pay 10 artists, 4 writers, or 5 writers actually, letterers, colorists, proofreaders, all of that stuff. Whereas when you do it yourself, you know, I'm writing it, I'm illustrating it. I only have to pay a letterer and a colorist. You know, so I'm pretty much kind of paying myself, or foregoing pay myself until, you know, everything comes through. On this, there's, you know, I got $68,000 here, but you know, a good third of that is shipping money. Okay. So you knock that back. Another 10,000 in there is goes towards commissions. So that money goes directly to the artist. So, you know, we're down to about, you know, really 40,000 in actual cash. And now I got to pay all these other writers and stuff. So like right now, you know, it's barely breaking even, even with this. So, you know, the goal for this thing is to get up to 150,000, turn it into a hardcover at that point. And then I'm hoping to be able to pay my artists and writers bonuses, because, you know, I'm paying them independent rates on these, and these are A-list guys. So I want them to be, you know, paid, you know, what they're worth. So, you know, I'm working, you know, 24/7 on the
Mhm.
promotion tour for this thing, and trying to get people to back it and help out, employ these artists and writers, and really get a great book in your hands as well.
Yeah. Now, do you have to give them like when you're doing a book like this and you're structuring it, you're like, okay, hey guys, I'm interested in you guys to work on this book. Here's each section. You guys are limited to X amount of pages. Is that how you break it up, or is everyone kind of just stay
Well,
within this
everybody's
ballpark?
doing 10-page stories.
Okay.
So you've got 10 pages. Well, I'm keeping it to just the 5 writers.
Mhm.
That way we can control the stories and make sure we don't have overlaps and all that kind of stuff. And then, get 10 different artists on it. Getting artists to work at these rates, sometimes they do it because it sounds really cool and it'll be fun. And sometimes because there's nothing else out there. But
Mhm.
I want to pay them what they're worth too.
Yeah.
I've been in that side, doing work for friends and stuff, and you like to do that, but you still, I'd like to get them paid.
Yeah. You need to get on Fox and Friends like Mike Barron.
Yeah. True.
Well, I think Graham, that's a big commitment. I think I've been that same way too. And all the people that I've hired, no one's ever worked on spec, right? Like I think that's like what we're trying to do here is we're trying to build creators and artists and be a part of that. And like we take the risk, right? We put our money where our mouth is. We pay the writers and artists up front, and we take the ride and we hope, right? And I think that's like the bold, manly way to go about it, right? Is that you like, I'm not giving you some shyster promise. I'm just giving you cash, and then I'll take the risk, right? And that's,
I'm paying all these guys up front, out of my own pocket.
Yep.
And I'll pay them more too when this thing funds and the money comes back in. And after all the expenses and stuff, if there's bonus money, then that'll get dispersed as well.
Yeah.
But it's a risk. So that's why I caution, newer creators that don't have the drag to get big names on stuff, not to do something like this. Focus on your own creation and do that first. Build your audience.
Nice.
Yep.
Very cool, Graham. You're definitely gonna hit that 150, dude. You're gonna hit that 150.
I'm excited to just see more Michael Golden pages.
I'm waiting for those pages to come in. Those haven't come in yet. Larry Stroman's are coming tomorrow. The FedEx. I've seen he's doing a horror sci-fi story that Chuck wrote.
Oh, nice.
I love that trophy. That trophy rules. I feel like it would save my life one day or something.
Right? Like someone breaks, like you hear the glass break, and you're like, what do I do?
I grab my trophy.
Yeah.
No, I punch him with it still attached,
Exactly.
and that's a shield.
With the wood attached,
It's a shield,
It's almost like a trench knife crossed with a hammer.
Yes.
Brutal.
And when you flip it over, it's actually an ashtray for your cigar too.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Sweet.
Actually, I'm thinking of doing some kind of a cigar thing too.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Cigar dispenser.
I had the 3030 bullet for Alien Alamo, the keychain, and that was really cool. So I'm thinking maybe some kind of a cigar thing or a whiskey glass.
Ooh,
that would be a good one too.
I'm noticing a theme here: cigar, whiskey, brass knuckles. I feel like I understand your definition of a man.
You got to be ready to go.
Yeah.
Nice, man. This is awesome, Graham. I love this. Are you gonna add, like, as you start getting some more pages and stuff? Will you add?
Absolutely.
A little bit more previews and things.
With every campaign, you hope to start out strong out of the gate, and this thing did. It really blew out of the gate good. But now we're, what the sailors used to call the doldrums. There's not a lot of wind in the sails, and you're waiting for that to pick up again. And so what I find is as stuff comes in, you start adding more images to the page and some more product. Like I have limited edition shirts coming and hats like I did for Alien Alamo that will be just for Two-Fisted Manly Tales, and they'll be, that's the only place you can get them is during this campaign. Those will be going up probably next week. So, you just keep building the campaign, adding new stuff to get people to come back, maybe do an add-on and stuff, and just keep adding to it, and hopefully we'll hit that 150 mark.
Yeah. I really think you should consider the Cinderblock shipping package. I think that might be the way to go.
That's
saying.
really
Very
what shipping costs for his book. Now I got to do a cinder block.
Well, you could just do like one pallet drop per state, and then it's up to the backer to go and pick it up at the depot.
I still like my beef jerky option.
I think you're right. I think you're right, boy.
And if Larry Stroman is out there watching this, come on, answer my message, man. Come on the show and hang out with us, Mr. Stroman. You're a cool dude.
Legend.
Larry's an amazing artist.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Yes. So, anyways, guys, remember to share the campaign. Giant size, two-fisted manly tails.
Two
Grand
backers.
Nolan.
We need
Yes.
2 backers to get to 700. Let's do
Boom.
it on this show.
Yeah,
Well,
let's
one's
do it
not ready to
tonight.
happen right
We
now.
can tell Nile
Right.
and Billy and all the boys that we did it on this show.
We did it.
I love your lineup of artists and writers too. It's like you guys yourselves are the freaking expendables, like showing up to make a manly
Right?
ass comic. You know,
It's a who's who, that's for sure.
It's an all-star
it's
lineup.
great.
There, for real. For real. But yeah, share it on your Facebook, your Instagram, your Twitter, whatever you guys are doing. Help spread the word of giant size, two-fisted manly tales. If you're a fellow streamer, if you've never had Graham on your show, if his schedule works, maybe shoot him a DM. Try to get him in front of your audience as well, and try to get this book. Let's break that 150K mark. Let's do that.
You can
That's
do
the
it. That
goal,
way
everyone.
everybody gets a hardcover.
A hardcover, yes.
Yeah.
manly hard.
Well, we just got one.
Yeah.
We're down to one. One
it.
more backer.
That was me. I don't know how this.
I don't know what. It didn't refresh. It's not
Yeah,
showing.
Graham, with how many books?
It takes
I
a
got,
minute sometimes on.
The fact that I have all your others, I'm like, how did I miss this day one? What happened here? So
A lot of books coming out.
And that's the thing. Algorithms and stuff gets by, and I've got people asking me, how do I get the Chinook or Alien Alamo? Is it still open? I'm like, no, it closed. It was on for a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Social media sucks. It's a necessary
does.
evil, but it sucks.
Facebook sucks as far as trying to
Facebook
promote
sucks. I even
anything.
think like Twitter's tough too sometimes because
I hate Facebook.
I post some shit. I'll post like really meaningful stuff about the show and things, and like a crazy ass guest that we got on, and like 5 people are like, "Whoa, yeah." And then like we go live and people are like, "Oh my god, I didn't even know this person was going to be on." And I'm like, "What the hell?" And then I'm like, I'll like post something stupid and I get like 50,000 people responding.
Right.
And I'm like, this makes no sense,
Yeah.
It's like a little like live and let live. Let's love everybody. And like 5 million people
I
like
show
it.
a picture of my bank account and I get 300 likes on it or something. And then
Well,
I
those
post a
likes
link
aren't
to
worth
this thing,
nothing.
I know.
5 people.
I just
Those
don't-
5 people give a damn, and then the 5 million people that liked the other thing, they were just doing the dopamine thing. They didn't even. They don't even remember
We're
what.
like,
they
oh, a
liked.
dog. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It doesn't matter. It's a hollow like.
There's a creator I know that gets like something like 100,000 likes on his TikTok pictures, but his book hasn't even been able to fund yet. So it's like,
What?
yeah.
No, here's the thing.
Crazy.
TikTok converting into like the idea of like converting a follower into a backer is a very hard thing. I did a board game based on my TV show Escape the Night. My celebrity in it, he has 14 million followers across his socials. We sold 7,000 copies of the game, right?
yeah.
Which turned out great. It was pretty good. It was really good success as far as the game space goes. It was really good success. But when you think about that, the show has been viewed 380 million times, and he has 14 million followers, and it resulted in 7,000 purchases.
And was he like promoting it on
Right.
his YouTube channel and all that
Yeah.
stuff as well?
Oh yeah,
Really?
yeah. He was given a full blown promotion.
Really?
And all I'm just saying is that sometimes, one is when somebody has to put their money where their mouth is. It's a different thing, right?
It's
Yeah,
a different
yeah, yeah.
audience.
It's a different audience. Graham, you said
Yeah.
it right. Like, and
Yep.
lots of the fans of my show are under 18, and so credit cards and backing stuff is harder. But there's a big attrition, and so like some people can have a smaller group, but that group is really active.
Yeah.
My buddies who do this show called Critical Role, like they raised 12 million on their Kickstarter. It's absurd, and they don't have near as many followers as Joey, my star of the show. So it's like it's money where the mouth. It's a different crowd.
Passionate audiences make
Yep.
all the difference.
Yeah,
Totally.
Definitely.
They say if you can get 1,000, what they call super fans or super backers, the ones that follow you from project to project to project,
Yep.
you can make a really good living.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You
I mean,
don't need
I can do
a
that.
million, but
You don't need to be.
you
You don't need to be like working mainstream and trying to sell 400,000, 500,000 books. You don't need to do that. For the salary and what you're making, you can literally have two to 3,000 backers to start making that money with one book, and then if you can do 3 to 4 campaigns a year, I mean shit.
And you're doing it on your terms as an artist,
Exactly.
as a businessman.
That's
What could
right.
be
And you're
better,
selling
man?
it to the people that truly want it. You don't have
Right.
to worry about anything.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
I
the
saw
best
this
fans
thing.
ever.
I saw this tweet. Of course, it's the banter going back and forth and whatnot. Someone's like, where you guys in mainstream? Blah blah blah. It's like, but that's not the market. That's not what CG is doing. It's not what other independent fields are doing. They're not looking for the mainstream stuff because it's actually more fruitful on the crowdfunding independent side than it is trying to do the mainstream thing anymore. So they're trying to be like, oh yeah, you're not even making mainstream. It's like, because that's not the target. What don't you guys get? That's not the target. That's
And the
not
thing
the
about it is
goal.
we're having
I
so
mentioned-
much
I
more
mentioned-
fun. We're having
Yes.
so much more fun. And really, I'm sure, Graham, you can attest to this. Like, do you really want to live in a really bureaucratic, highly, a massive oversight for comic book rates? Like, that's absurd. It's fine if you're a lawyer and you make 600,000 a year. You can get ordered around and get worked to death. But like at comic book rates, do you really want that? It's crazy.
Yeah, and you don't own the property. You don't own it.
Yeah, you're not.
And
it's a Wild West.
we're talking about bringing our books back to comic shops and all. And someone asked me the other night, "Are you in comic shops?" I said no, and they said why? I said because the comic shops and the distributor, they take 60% off the cover price. It goes to them. That's not it. Then you have 40% of your cover price, and that's what you take out of it. And
you
it's
gotta,
like,
you gotta
why do
print
that?
it and do everything else. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
lot.
why do and that doesn't include your costs. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know if it's really worth doing in comic shops, to be honest with you.
I agree.
And also that extra ad revenue.
But like
goes
when you
to
do like the
distributor.
omnibuses and stuff like that, I think getting that out to maybe getting that out distribution wise might be worth it.
Yeah, I'd love to do. We're gonna give
know.
it a shot and see.
Yeah.
But again, it's we'll be making $40. That's what we'll be getting for the book because it's $100 book. This is the last week you could buy it for $60. When it's in comic shops, it's going to be $100 book. So are comic shops going to want a 500-page $100 book? I don't know, maybe. But out of that, I'm just getting 60. Now we printed I don't know, maybe 1,000 overages, but they're not the ones that are on the campaign. They're not the ones with the dust jacket or the ribbon. There's 1,000 of those for comic shops, but why maybe even just do them for the conventions and stuff, store signings,
Oh yeah,
I
definitely.
get the whole thing. It would be nice to have it in comic shops. It would, but it gets to the point, can you afford to do it? Especially that Crusade Comics will now be on page of the previews catalog. It's going to be on page like 300 as opposed to alphabetical because they have, Image is going to take the first, they're going to get, and Dark Horse, Image, Dark Horse, and some of the other bigger publishers, they're going to get first, they're going to be in the front of the catalog. They're the ones that are going to get all the.
Let's face it, the retailers are strapped for cash anyway.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So they're only going to be buying those things they know they can move out the door. And those
Right.
things are going to come from Marvel and DC. They'll have a smattering of Image, maybe a few Dark Horse. And if you have an independent book, and I found this out when I did Joe Frankenstein for IDW, they might order the first one, but they'll under-order it because they're scared that they'll lose money on it. And then when it comes to 2 through 5, there's nothing, and then there's no reorders. So even though the fans are clamoring for it, they say, "Hey, this was great," they're unwilling to go back and reorder more issues of number 1.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, actually, I just got Danky Frankie has been asking, can we still get digital copies of the old Graham Nolan campaigns? Are digitals for any of the books still available? No.
No, digitals are only for the campaigns. And in fact, Two-Fisted Manly Tales does not have a digital tier. because I'm adamant about this being a bookshelf book. I want it to be hardcover. So if you're going to spend money and invest in this thing, I want you to invest in it in the book to help get it to that hardcover stage so that everybody, gets the hardcover book.
Very cool. And Billy, the same question kind of goes, Billy, do you have a digital tier?
Yes. I got to check the page, but yeah, I think you can. Yeah, you get it. You can get all 3 books. It's one digital tier. Absolutely. Danky Frankie.
The Omnibus is a digital tier?
Yeah.
It does.
And we're one backer away from 2,000. We're at 1,999 backers.
Wow.
One backer away from 2,000 on Indiegogo.
Wow.
So thank you all. Boom.
Boom. Well, let's talk. Let's jump into our next campaign.
Jump a little.
This one's pretty cool because actually, I'm part of some of the, the Golden Age character, groups and things, and we chat. And what's really cool, and once I saw Vaughn had this out, I was like a little fan bitch, like, oh my god, I love this character, and like I was like, holy crap, this is amazing. But let's bring it up, man, because you've got Terror in the Trenches Volume 1. Which is just launched yesterday on Indiegogo. And let's start off with the history of this really quick, because you've taken a character from the golden age of comics, a real character that our grandparents were probably buying off the newsstands, and you reimagined this character along with others. And from what I have gripped from this campaign and read, I feel like someone's actually given true life to this character.
I didn't feel like I was reimagining him. I felt like I was just doing what should have been done from the start. Like it, and that was the best way. And giving him real human elements, like an ex-wife who haunts him, things like that, really started to build him into someone that I could get into. I got to tell you, like, what I saw the mainstream doing with him and all the different versions of him have been interesting over the years. But when I saw some of the more recent stuff, I was just like, it's almost like they didn't like him. It was like they didn't like him. They didn't respect him, and they didn't see him as for all the coolness and the potential I saw. So I had to bring it out hard.
Definitely. Now, what actually made you decide to go in this direction? Like, when did it finally hit? You're like, you know what? I'm doing this.
That was
it really before Monster MD that this was in your mind, or was this after?
Nope. After Monster MD had launched, things were going great, but I was up late at night writing comics for the love of it, and something happened. I read some Black Terrors. He seems kind of like a pirate-y superhero for almost no good reason. He said he's a pharmacist, which they kind of make fun of, which I thought kind of sucked. Made me kind of sad for him. So I was like, I started getting spiteful about it. And someone came to me and said, if our campaign makes a certain amount, we'd like you to write a Black Terror one-shot for us. So my gears started spinning on like my Terror, But so yeah, that one-shot never panned out, but my gears were still spinning, and I was full of spite for fuel. And I'm looking at him going, he could be way cooler. So I just did this for the joy of it at first. This was supposed to just sit in my computer folders and gather dust and just be something that I did for the love of it. When I realized it was real, it was when I pitched it to my artist for Monster MD, Monica, and she got really excited, and we started doing character designs. And I realized, like, we were cooking with gas. Like, we have something so cool, so badass, so new, and yet so respectful of the pulp golden age classics, that I just feel like it's something for everyone in a way. It's gritty, but it's animated looking. It's classic, but it's got like a lot of my writing and sensibilities for really like layered, really classic storytelling of kind of cinematic in some ways. It's so in some other ways it's like kind of anime and manga too, with the way I do my fights. So a little bit of that's in there. But this was my spite creation that started just getting more and more awesome as we designed the characters together and made this kind of real.
But I mean, I think that Vaughn, your artist Monica, I mean, I think she is a gem, right? She is like the diamond in the rough, experience, just incredible. I thought she brought so much to Monster MD in these pages, and anybody who's not following Vaughn on Substack is just like missing out on like the best newsletter you can get. For $5 easy bucks a month, you get all this insight, you see the pages, and I mean, it's just such a beautiful ride. I mean, having seen that, like I've said, this has been my most anticipated book of the year, right? Because I've been getting this inside track to it. Yeah. And I feel like, you know, with the death of the Punisher in the mainstream world, like this is the rise of, and I hate to say like he is the Punisher, but it's the rise of this type of feeling, right? Of this balls to the wall, broken guy who's gonna kill people, right? And and who is somewhat unstable themselves in the same way Frank, you know, it takes some of these really beautiful parts about Frank Castle. And I love how you have this aspect of the wife, because I love that what you did with Monster MD, right? You could build that humanity into it. Like he was in love with this girl who was invisible, right? And like you built lots of these intimate moments, his failings at his medical school, like. So I can't wait to see what these is. Anybody's been seeing these Substack pages, I'm telling you, the art that Monica just pulled out. My God, these pages.
Monica's killing it.
And tell us what this green is. Tell us what the green is. So the green, and I know you have this vial to show, and I'm curious, like, what are his powers and how does he get them?
All right.
Why don't we play the campaign video, guys, and then we'll go into the we'll start going in through all the details, because speaking of the art, I want to talk about, you know, just how much depth is in these pages, especially when you just look at the coloring techniques and the textures. It's absolutely incredible.
Just so good.
That's gotta be one of the best crowdfunding trailers I've ever seen. Who's doing the animation and stuff, bro?
That was me.
Oh my God, I gotta talk to you.
Well, I no, don't think I'm Scorsese or anything, please. Like, I'm using an app that I'm going to teach you how to use, and you will be able to make trailers like that too. I promise you.
Okay, please.
We'll make it happen. It's fun.
Who's the artist on this, Vaughn?
This is Monica McCagney of Italy.
Monica McCagney. Boy, she's good.
Absolutely astounding artist. And then our colorist Tiago Barça, who has done Punchline and Grom, which was like Galactic Rodents of Mayhem. And funny thing, I dreamed of working with him and thought I never would, and was in a mad dash to find the right colorist for this book. Messaged him not knowing it was the guy from Grom, and he said yes, turned in pages, and the rest is history. He was perfect for this project. Jeez. I am so stoked to be working with him.
Well, what I love, to be honest, about the coloring, and I'm just going to bring it up with like this paint, you know, the first page sample you have here is just all the little textures, right? Because there's a lot of great colorists out there that do things and stuff, but what I noticed, he adds all these wonderful textures, you know, probably just throwing it, you know, it's almost like when you just kind of like take that ink and you just kind of, you know, old toothbrush, and you like, you know, you're flicking it around, adding just some little depth and texture to things. But if you just look at like each panel, which is just, by the way, so like just cinematically done in such your whole panel layout is phenomenal. And that was one of my things that I complimented when we did our big review, Adam, with Monster MD, was just the panel layout and how everything laid out so cinematically and thoughtful, you know. But like, even I don't know if you can guys see this on the screen, but just these tiny little details
I'm
really bring it to life.
Tiago makes everything feel like it's just worn and real, and you just want to touch it, and yet it's animated and cell shaded. He's this master of finding like realistic atmosphere meets like beautiful animation. And it is perfect for this book and Monica's style, as you can see. I mean, just kills it.
Yeah. Now, Adam, let's jump in where I cut you off. I apologize to play the video. But this is a good segue into your question.
Yeah.
Yes, like, because I see this. I mean, you see this moment right here that you can see on screen, where it was his, like, he's snorting something. It feels like his power. There's also an addiction element connected to it.
A little bit. I mean, the power is addictive. If you could inhale something that made you invulnerable to bullets and super strength, I mean, it's pretty addictive. But it is toxic. It does mess with his mind. It's classic. You know, what's great about this book is it's the book I wanted to write since I was 8 years old and stepped into a comic book store looking for dark Avengers heroes to love, like Wolverine, Punisher. In that era, I think Frank Miller's Dark Knight was like the thing. You know, all of these awesome, dark, gritty heroes kind of hit me at the same time as a young boy. I've always wanted to tell this story. And so, yeah, Black Terror became the natural vehicle for that. And I took his classic, like, he inhales some gas to get his powers from back in the 30s, which back then they called it like formic ethers, you know? And they would say something like, it's a gas to pep people up, you know, and it makes you really strong. But like, I was like, I could take that and make it so much more cool and make it evil, make it something that he needs, but it's also something that, you know, poisons him a little bit. He poisons himself in order to take on evil, you know, classic Dark Avenger stuff, but it also makes him live up to the name. When he inhales it, he gets strong, he gets durable, but he also exhales it. The byproduct is a fear toxin, not unlike, you know, Batman's Scarecrow. That makes you see him as what you fear most before he, you know, does you in.
Yeah, that's but how cool is that? Right? Because you're inhaling in, it's like steroids, right? You get this great physical effect, but it messes with you. But what's great is like that this product that enhances him has a byproduct that actually affects his enemy. So it's like, it's a double-edged sword. That's awesome.
And it's also messy in that he comes home from fighting crime or whatever, and his wife will see him as what she fears most. And like how are they supposed to have a kid if that stuff's coming off of his breath and like stuff like that? Yeah. And of course, his wife was just like, "Oh yeah, you're what I fear most. It's okay. I see it every night," you know. But like, it's basically it creates more problems for him in life than solves. And I mean, and the creepy thing about it too is if anyone else inhales it, they'll just die. Only very rare people will be able to inhale it and then garner powers from this stuff. And that's why when we made these little replicas that we're selling for the campaign, it says toxic on the top and has a little warning label and stuff because, this is a toxic gas. And I think that goes better with the Skull and Crossbones than a pirate theme. The idea that it's kind of a poison, you know, and it gives him more of that kind of dark, creepy edge that I think goes better for a guy named Black Terror. I love the names of the Golden Age era, man. Yeah. Uncompromising, Black Terror, Lady Satan, just like balls of the wall. And that's what this book is. It's classic World War II hero / boogeyman to the Nazis, but some really dark stuff went down in this era for him when he was the terror of the trenches in World War II. 30 years later, in the 70s of New York, he's back to being a pharmacist. Working in his neighborhood. He's kind of like the caretaker of it in his own special way. He went from maiming to mending, as he says. And suddenly the super Nazis from his past show up and just detonate his entire hood, level the place. And that's our battleground for this story. It's one horrifying night in Black Terror's life where he has to gas up, gear up, go into the ashes that was his neighborhood and take on like these frightful monsters from his past. The story's about the damage you do coming back to haunt you. It's about fear. It's about embracing your darkness. It's about all this cool dark Avenger stuff that all just fits together so well. I think everybody's just going to love it.
And Vaughn, show that vial again because I backed this. This was a day one for me for sure. Like,
it's not fully painted, but we're doing these awesome resin vials that are like off of his belt, like you saw in the panels up above. Comes with a little stand that I think is kind of cool, actually. This is going to be painted jet black. And you're able to shut it up there. Now, what's cool about this, it's not cool just something badass off Black Terror's belt or whatever. This is, goodbye. This is, I was like, something bad's going to happen, dude. But that's your detachable stand feature. It just goes, you can pull it out, put it in. But this thing, it's going to end up being something you look at later if you own one and go, hell yeah, this is part of the plot. Like this is a plot changing item. So it's more than just a cool prop. And who knows? Maybe if it's stretch goal, we can do a vibration feature. Who knows?
Oh, excellent. I got
But yeah,
it.
look at this Tiago. Thank you for that. Look at Tiago, man. He puts in the shadow and just enhances that moment of like, I'm going back to my ways, my dark ways. You know what I mean? He goes back to the Terror Dome.
It is brilliant looking. I mean, it really is.
I'm glad that as you explained more, because
Thanks,
you're reading these looking at these panels and everything, and I was just so intrigued. Obviously, his wife is gone now. At least that's what it appears to be here.
His wife Annie, yeah, she got him to open that pharmacy. Oh, sorry, yeah. Then
into the chamber.
Yeah, the gas chamber.
I love this image right here.
We need a 1-to-1 scale of the chair on the campaign. Maybe only 2.
What?
That chair. We need that chair.
Oh yeah,
the chair in the campaign.
Get the
Sorry,
throne.
you're breaking up, Dan. You're breaking up a bit.
You're breaking up. Yeah, I can't hear you.
Shoot.
Yeah, but that if I could do a little resin chair, that's actually a great idea. If that's what you're saying, I think.
This whole
hell yeah,
image with him in there and everything, that would be
and
freaking awesome.
you notice that his terror gas, right, which is what those vials hold, his power, like it's all around him, it's looming, like it's controlling him again, like something he hasn't inhaled this in like years and years, he's getting back in the saddle.
He created the gas.
Yeah, in the original he made the formic ethers, and he makes the gas in this too. Yeah. He's got that mad scientist edge to him where, he's a pharmacist, but he also ended up creating something kind of toxic and evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that too. I love the mad scientist aspect. There are just too many things about this character that were cool. And then, of course, our Lady Satan showing up to just absolutely destroy. Love the way this came out.
And if those that can't see this is obviously she's holding 2 pistols, and then with her magic, she's got 4 more all around her. So there are 6 guns pointed at you right now.
6 gun Lady Satan. She's the mystic gone ballistic.
Nice, dude.
Ex mystic. Her husband got firebombed by Nazis. And she's been on the warpath ever since, and takes a lot of joy in killing them, because one of the other things I like to explore in this is the whole vengeance aspect. She comes in 6 guns blazing, and has sweet little Derringer heels. So good times.
Yeah,
man, those came in with like
just hell of an artist, man. You've got
yeah,
absolutely. She's leveled up so much since Monster MD. It's just amazing getting to work with her. It's such an honor, man.
That was.
I'm really proud.
I really enjoyed that.
Oh, thanks. I'm really proud of like our team here. I think we've got something special. A lot of people are calling it Bruce Timm on roids. I do not disagree. It has this beautiful cartoonish element, but it's also it's as brutal as comics get. I mean, this is what I love. This is two-fisted. This is high T stuff, high terror.
I love the character designs, because it is like some Bruce Timm on steroids, but there's also like anime aspects to it. It really is just a unique design of characters.
It's just very much this is what I realized. Okay, doing a Golden Age character is not some safe bet. It's kind of risky, actually. It's an uphill battle, I'd call it. But I knew with the right cast that would help sell this, and it also just makes the story more wonderful, you know. And so I sat down and I of course redid Lady Satan my way. She's Golden Age as well, but then I designed all these other ones, and I knew like this cast was too badass to like, I don't know, this once I finished it and Monica did these, I was like, yeah, we need to do this book. People would love this.
Crazy, dude.
So cool.
The Terror Cycle.
I love the Terror Cycle. That's freaking awesome. Resin that too.
Yeah, baby.
We have a lot of resin products. And then you got, this is great too, the character design print set.
Yeah.
So beautiful prints, 6x9, and they come in this sweet black dossier looking like classified top secret folder. And you're able to flip them over and get cool, like, you know, lore and info about the characters, some stats, some powers, some stories, little things like that.
Nice. So Jess says, just back. Great pitch.
Oh, thanks, bud. Appreciate it.
HR says, Monica, she's very good. I'm assuming that's in response to our comments about her.
Indeed.
You
got a sweet Pinup poster, double-sided, fold out with Kelsey Shannon art on one side and Monica's on the other. Double
Awesome.
the Lady Satan.
And here's the final.
Terror Gas Vial, man. I've never done anything like this in my life, and I've been loving it. Taking something I designed and making it, able to be held in your hand. Hell yeah. Like I think this is pretty cool. This is the source of Black Terror's powers, as you see. He keeps it on his belt. It also gives him that kind of Batman, sweet, like geared out Dark Avenger feel that he needed, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, it gives him that mad scientist edge. These things are they look like metal. They're going to be hand painted. You get the jet black stand with the removable arm. There you go.
There it is.
Very cool.
It'll look nice next to your Graham Nolan manly statue.
Yeah, it will, right?
Dude.
You inhale.
Inhale your green gas.
Green gas.
Punch a
and then just
burglar.
go Beat the shit out of someone. Order pizza and beat the shit out of the pizza guy just for the hell of it.
Yeah,
Crack the gas
Here's your
and
tip,
grab the
you
knuckle.
filthy animal.
There's a campaign-only T-shirt, glow in the dark, done by Crypto Fashion, so it's nice and form-fitting. It breathes well. It's comfy as hell. It's beautiful. Hell yeah!
Awesome.
Show off that Terror
Does that
fandom.
come in female sizes?
S, and
Yeah.
I think it ends at S, man. Wait, yeah, they do girl shirts. I forgot they do that there. I just don't think it's on this campaign. I just did S to 4XL.
All right. Well, you get a shirt
4XL.
next time, Billy.
Hopefully they have you covered there somewhere.
They got some fan art.
This is a beautiful Preston Acevedo piece. This guy, I swear, he's like heavy metal, punk rock, everything I love about comic covers. Simon
so
Beasley for a
cool.
new generation. It reminds me of the Misfits, this piece. I love everything about it. Yeah, he killed it. So this is actually one you can buy. This is a $1,000 painting, acrylic on comic board, and then bonded to masonite.
Oh, wow. Very nice.
Nice.
Someone
Yeah.
already got the sketch. I should probably put a sold out on that one.
Jeez, gorgeous.
Gorgeous book, man. This is awesome. I'm really looking forward to this,
Fun,
dude.
man.
I think this is going to be one of the
Thanks,
best books to come out of
you set quite a
2022.
standard here tonight. Like it's like between two manly fisted tales and this, between like brass knuckles and vials and hardcover shelf books at 100 pages to like what this art and color and story that you pulled out here, Vaughn. It's like, I mean, this is the place to be. I mean, this is such an epic thing. And Vaughn, from the look of that looks kind of hardcover. That might just be the digital rendering of it, or
yeah, maybe I should have done different digital. I mean, we're doing perfect bound graphic novel
Gotcha.
for starting.
Yeah,
I would love to do. We're doing 3 books, as you know, the trilogy.
Yep.
A hardbound collected edition would be a thing of beauty.
That would
It'd
be very cool, man.
The story's kind of meant to be read all in one big juicy setting. It's 200 pages. It's just, but that's down the road. We'll make it happen.
we're ready. We're ready for that.
50% done with the art, so we're not going to have a long turnaround on this. 78 pages. What else can I say? Those character designs were awesome because I knew we had to have an awesome cast, but I knew we had to like present them in such a cool way. So I worked with Monica, and she was just brilliant and turned them into gold to make them more than just normal character designs that we see. You know, with certain, I had to be like, we need this action that shows that she does that. You know what I mean? Kind of direct them in a way.
Mhm.
Because that's what a lot of what I do. I'm very hands-on. I'm very art directy. I worked with Tiago to kind of find the perfect textures and colors for this. And of course he brought his A game and killed it. So it's like, yeah, it's very much coming out the way I envision. I'm really happy with it. The first day was amazing. The fans came out and are supporting it. It's just been great, man. So thanks for having me on. This has been
No, definitely. We've been
awesome so far.
I can speak for Adam and myself. I mean, you've seen our posts and stuff for a while now. So once you debuted this, we've been like all over it.
Yeah, but
It's definitely right up our alley.
most anticipated book of the year for sure. I'm really, really pumped at what this is. It just such a special ride. I mean, this like saw blade sword here that he's got, and the monsters and the throne. Yeah.
That was saw back blades. I was inspired when I went to a flea market and just pulled one out off a table, and when I unsheathed it, I saw this horrific saw edge on one side, and the guy told me that they were made illegal in World War I because they were too barbaric. They did those were they were horrifying. And I heard that in World War II, if they found anyone with a sawback blade, they didn't, and instead of keeping them prisoner, they just kind of kill them, because those were considered so taboo and so like for the barbaric. And when I held that in my hand, I realized this is perfect for my villains. This is exactly what the villains Black Terror is taking on need to have, and like their philosophy is kind of almost based around it. Like an order, an edge for order, and an edge for terror. For those who oppose that order.
Nice. And you broke 22,000.
Amazing! Oh my god, thank you guys.
So very cool, man.
Cheers.
I mean, two great campaigns tonight, everyone. I mean, you've got an all-star lineup with giant size two-fisted manly tails.
I gotta get that.
I mean,
we're calling that the Expendables of comics, right there.
Seriously,
I'm getting that.
And just wait till those sample pages come in, because I mean that's gonna blow some minds, I'm sure. But I mean, just the pedigree of writers and artists in this book, Graham.
I forgot to mention David Williams.
Pull off. I mean, wow. And David Williams is on this.
I forgot to mention
David Williams is unbelievable.
Yeah.
First off, if you don't know David Williams, follow him on social media, because every now and then when he's able to, he can release he's in a lot of concept work. A lot of concept work for animation and things,
which you can never release. Yeah,
but you can after a certain amount of time. And he's done so much that every year he releases a couple of it, because now he's able to show it. And there's stuff that was like, dude, if like that actually manifested, that would have been so much better than what actually came out. But he is an extremely talented artist with such a range. Yeah, definitely have to mention him. And he's working with Chuck Dixon too. That's awesome. But yeah, make sure to back two-fisted manly tales and back yourself with some terror in the trenches. These books just kind of go hand in hand with some manly violence action books. You're talking about escapism. I mean, shit, these two books come in and you got a night all to yourself.
Absolutely.
Someone's getting punched in the face.
Pour a bourbon, light a cigar, sit out in the patio, and enjoy reading action tales.
There you go. Awesome. Yes. And then definitely, guys, thanks for coming on. And before we leave, though, please note too, Adam Lawson's Kids and Monsters is still in demand right now, and he's been posting up too. If you follow Adam on social media, this is an all-age tale, really cool. I've always said, man, this is the better version of what Ben 10 was. This is the better version of what that could even be with Kids and Monsters. It's an amazing concept brought to life here by Adam. So if you guys haven't backed this or even checked this out yet, you really should. Really cool. Adam's got some great stuff coming out. And another creator, man. Usually I introduce Adam as like the Swiss Army knife of creators, because he just does like everything. He does everything really well.
Loves it.
True passion there, Adam. And this book looks awesome. This is my favorite page right here. I love this.
Ditto. That is my favorite page so far as well. Ditto. I love it.
Very cool.
No, Maxi Dallo is a true talent, and Mike Spicer is the colorist, and they're just delivering some of my most favorite pages I've ever been a part of. So I love it.
What's up, Luke?
Yo, Luke. Well, dude, this has been a great night. To see these amazing indie books. We're talking She, Two-Fisted Manly Tales, Tear in the Trenches, Kids and Monsters. It's a pretty epic night.
And She got about one more week, folks.
Yeah,
and then this closes
Wednesday night, Scala.
Wednesday next week. This is gonna close. This is gonna close. So you better jump on that.
Then it's $100.
And then it's 100.
Wow.
100 schmeckles.
And then Goblin Girl. Do not forget this one.
Yeah, Danny.
If you like goblins and you like boobs, no,
then we've got a book for you, man.
We got not one, we got two boobs for you.
Yeah. Really, like the first. Well, it's got more than 5 pages colored, but we mostly finalized the first 5 or 6 pages of the book. We're hopefully be putting those up by this weekend for everybody to look at, and they're like amazing. I'm like overjoyed with the color work we've got going on.
Yeah, it looks good, man. Everything looks great on this. This looks fun. I love that like heavy metal vibe, just like crazy like rock and roll, goblin underworld, just like mythical. It's just a mash of just such awesome style, concept, and design. Dude, this looks like a really fun ass book.
It's gonna be cool. I'm excited. I did some since New Year's. I added 10 more pages to the end of the book because I wasn't happy with where I was ending it because I had originally had a different ending space, but I was like trying to keep the book numbers down. And we made enough money where I was just like, just forget it. I want everything in there that I want in there. So
yeah,
I added 10 more pages, and like the new pages at the end, I'm like, oh man, I did, like my style has jumped a little bit, and I'm like, oh, maybe I go back and redraw some other ones. And Billy's like, no, just stop.
Yeah. Nice, man. Well, hey, keep that going, and that'll continue growing. All the campaigns were amazing tonight. Everyone, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
Graham, thanks so much for hanging out with us and
Always a
sticking with
pleasure,
us. I know you
gentlemen.
and Billy had the
Thanks,
bros
Graham.
tonight.
Thanks,
So
Vaughn.
long time streaming. Vaughn,
Thank
thanks
you.
for coming on.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Adam, as always.
Always a good time.
Tucci, you know what I'm talking about.
I do.
That's
You guys
it for this week,
I'm
Tucci. That's
muting
it.
myself. I'm having an allergy attack.
Are you?
Yeah.
And Tuesday night, if you guys are interested, we're doing a live stream with Jim Valentino. 9 p.m. on Tuesday the 15th. Should be a fun time. Dan Frag is going to be joining us. He used to work for Jim. Be Blevins, myself, and Billy hanging out. So if you have any questions for him, please join us in the live chat. And Super Chat's always welcome to fund the channel. And, we hope to see you guys next week. Again, back these campaigns, share them. And we'll see you all next week.
Thanks, everybody.
Okay,
Have a good night.
Have a good one, everyone.
Hey everyone. Thank you for joining us on Pop XP. If you haven't already, make sure to click that subscribe button and also click the bell for notifications when we go live and we upload some awesome new content. Also, don't forget to head on over to Twitter and follow us at the Pop XP and over on Instagram at the Pop XP. Thanks again, everyone, and we'll see you soon.